Hey everyone, my name is Allie. If we haven't crossed paths yet, and I'm so excited to share with you that I'm officially launching my podcast called Braving the Storm, and it's coming out on October 1st, which is a full moon. And I just thought it'd be a really special time to release this. And I am coming to you on my birthday, September 13th, with this amazing news. Um, and it's not the first choice that I had for today, but I think it's what's meant to be. So I want to explain that a little bit. I recently had a miscarriage. And if you've been in my community for a while, or if you're new to me and my community, I will tell you that this was not my first loss. This was not mine and my husband's first loss. And it's not the most horrific and traumatic loss that we've endured either, but it's still really hard, really painful. And on my birthday, my 31st birthday today, I was hoping that I would be sharing with my wider community that I was pregnant. Um, we've been trying to get pregnant for a long time after our loss of our son about 5 years ago. And, this was a really special time for us. And losing her, we don't know if it was a her, but it's just the energy that we felt, we started calling her. Losing her earlier this week, right before my birthday, it's pretty indicative of the kinds of things that I want to talk about on my podcast. So while I'm not sharing with you the news of my baby as I hoped, I'm sharing with you the news of another baby that I have been working on for a long time now. And what better time to honor the space that I'm in and the space that our family and friends have held for us as we walk through this time again. And what better way to honor my children who I have lost? This is my fourth loss. So I have four spirit angel babies, all with my husband, Eric. Um, we've been together for about a decade, and a lot of what we've gone through throughout our time together and the time that I spent before he and I were in a relationship, it's felt a lot like I've been walking through storm after storm after storm. And for a long time, I felt really angry with God or the universe or Great Spirit or whatever you pray to. I felt so angry that I was being thrown all of these storms, essentially, all of these hard, difficult things to walk through. And I realized that I wasn't the only one in those storms. Everyone, everyone, if you're a human on this earth, you have to walk through some really hard things. And maybe my hard looks different than your hard. Maybe my storm looks different than your storm. But what I do know is that while people like to use this phrase a lot, and it's um, we're all in the same boat to try to, you know, level with people or be on the same plane, and it's it's not true. We're not all in the same boat. Our boats look really different depending on how we were raised, how we've worked through past trauma, how we're handling our current trauma. Our boats look really different, but the storms that we have to walk through, those can be similar, or they can feel similar. And the ability to be brave and courageous and authentic and real as we're, walking through those storms, that's really the root of this podcast and what I want to talk about in this space, because it's something that I've written about for a long time, and I'm just really interested in speaking about it and having conversations with people who are also braving storms, and ask them how they're doing that and maybe what their boat looks like for that particular storm. So I really am hoping to share with you my stories of braving storms and how I have gotten through them and how I'm walking through one right now. So I think that'll be a big piece of this, is sharing with you how I'm walking through the loss of another baby, and sharing with you conversations with people in my life or people that I haven't met yet, that I think will be on this podcast, how they've braved their storms and how they've continued to walk through them and be courageous and authentic and real in their life. Because I think that's really how we can stay all connected. You know, Brene Brown says that it's hard to hate people up close, so you have to move in. And I think the way that we can move in is by hearing that we're not alone in the storms that we're in our life, and other people have braved them too. So we can find out how they did that, and we can feel like we have some tools and a path and a map that we can walk through as we're braving our own storms. So I hope you'll join me on October 1st. I hope that you put your email below this video so that I can let you know when the episodes are live. I'm hoping to publish them on all of the major platforms, but I will keep you updated. And if you have any ideas or any thoughts on a topic for a podcast episode, send me a message. And if you'd like to be a guest, if you think that you've had a particular storm that you've gone through and you think that your story would be something that other people can benefit from, and let's be honest, everyone's stories is something that people can benefit from. So if you're ready to share how you've worked through your storm, send me a message as well, because I'm putting together my list of guests that I'll have. It'll be a mix of just me, me and my husband Eric, and some guests from my close friends and family, and some peers in my field of spirit and medicine that I'll be asking to come on. So I'm so grateful for my community. I'm so grateful for your continued support. And I'm so grateful for this space to be able to share and connect and to move in and to be up close with you. So thank you. Big love and stay tuned. Braving the Storm podcast is coming October 1st.